Hi, it's Chris. Today we're going to show you how to install the refrigerator compartment thermistor on your refrigerator. It's a fairly easy repair and we'll take you through the process. To change the thermistor on this fridge, we're going to have to remove the power to it. So it's either unplug it, or if the fridge is too big or in too tight, just go down to your fuse panel and remove your power supply that way. Once your power is removed, we're going to basically just open up the refrigerator, bring in both doors, and the thermistor location is here under this cover on the side wall. Now, to make it easier for us to service this, it'd be a good idea to remove the product from your refrigerator, place it in an area where you can keep it cool, either another refrigerator or in coolers, for the length of time during the repair. Your product that's on your door, that's on your bins, are just easily removed. And we'll set those to one side. As well, we're going to want to remove this upper shelf to give us more room in order to change the component. Simply slide the shelf out, tip it to one side so that it comes free, remove it from the fridge, and we'll set it to one side. So now, with everything out of our way, we're able to get down to changing the thermistor itself. Now, our first step in order to get at the thermistor will be to remove this cover. It's very easily done. All we need is a small flat blade screwdriver. Just insert it into the slot, give it a little turn while pulling outward, and the cover comes right off. And we can see our thermistor tucked into the cover. Simply give it a slight pull, and it comes right out of the cover, and we can set the cover to one side. Many models use different styles of thermistors. Sometimes the one that you receive, although it looks identical, may have an extra component on it for how it connects to the fridge. In today's case, the new part comes with an extra connector on it that we'll remove and make a splice connection to where the old sensor was. And we'll show you how to do that. Now that we've removed the connector, we're simply going to pull this plastic sleeve off and discard it. It won't be required for the repair. We will need to strip the ends of each wire, removing the insulation so that we can apply our connectors. Using a basic wire stripper, we'll remove about 1/8 of an inch of insulation off each wire. Now that the insulation has been removed, we'll install the butt connectors to this piece of harness. Installing them one at a time, we simply slide the stripped piece of wire inside the connector, take our crimper and squeeze it tightly. Making a good strong connection. We'll do the same for the other wire. Insert it into the connector and give it a good hard squeeze. That part of the installation is complete. Now we just need to do the same thing to the wiring harness within the fridge. So again, with the use of our side cutters, we'll remove the old thermistor, simply making a cut, and we'll discard that. We now need to just take the two wires that are molded together and separate them. So instead of it looking as if it was just one wire, we can now see that it is two separate individual wires. So we'll use the same process, and we'll strip about 1/8 of an inch of insulation away from the ends of these wires, and then insert them into our butt connectors and redo our crimps. And now we have both wires stripped. We take our thermistor and insert one wire into one of the connectors. And give it a good crimp. Do the same for the other wire. We give that one large final crimp, and the electrical connection for the thermistor is now completed. The last piece we need to do is just to put a small piece of heat shrink tubing on it to keep the moisture out. So now that we've cut our heat shrink to length, it's just simply a matter of inserting it over the thermistor, over our connectors. So now we have the heat shrink tubing in place, and it's just a matter of heating it and allowing it to shrink around the wiring harness. We're going to use the heat gun today to apply heat to the heat shrink tubing to have it form into place. Because we're working in an area with a fair bit of plastic, we're going to put a shield in as well to disperse the heat. You can either use a piece of metal or a piece of ceramic tile, as long as it's easy to put into place and hold. And there we go. Now that we have our harness connection completed, we're going to reinsert the thermistor into the cover. And pop it back into place. And just give it a push until we hear it snap. That has your thermistor back into place, and we're ready to put the contents of the fridge back in. And we'll start with that upper shelf. Again, just put it in at a bit of an angle. Set it down and slide it into place. Your door bins as well can now be installed. At this point, you're going to want to reconnect your power, put your food product back in, and your repair will be complete.